I'm now joined by Father Stan Fortuna. Father, thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Great. So you're a Franciscan Friar of the Renewal. I think most of the people who watch our show know who that is, but not everybody. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the CFRs?
The CFR is the Community of the Franciscan Friars of the Renewal. Got started in 1987 in the Archdiocese of New York. There were 8 of us under the leadership of our late and great and beautiful Father Benedict Groeschel and 7 other Capuchins. And we began this new community to work with the poor and to do evangelization and to love the church and to love Jesus who founded the church and to love everybody in the church, out of the church, every single human person on the planet without exception, to quote my hero, the great Karol Wojtyła, St. Pope John Paul II, the great father and doctor of the church.
Fantastic. So you brought up John Paul II, and he's been a piece of your priesthood. Was he a piece of your discernment as well? What role has he played in your own life?
Oh, my goodness. Well, early back on, when I saw him as a lion-breathing fire on October 16th, 1978, when the world heard Habemos Papam Karol Wojtyła. And then I see this Wojtyła. So from that moment, when my eye first got set on him, and when I first heard him speak, and when I first looked at words that he wrote, I was done. And from then until today, is more and more and more every day is inexplicable, the impact and the influence that he has on me.
So you just came out to the shrine. We took a video of it. Thanks for doing that. And you walked through, and was there anything you learned that you didn't know, or did something pop out? I mean, this is a man you've known and followed for a long time. Was there something special about being here or something that you learned?
Well, I mean, the whole place, I mean, the property is beautiful. It's huge. The building is massive. It's very, very high-end stuff. It's magnificent. But the thing that I didn't know, that I'd never seen, was the picture with him and his father. I've never seen it. I've seen so many pictures of him. But there's a picture there, photographed there, of him with his father when he was very, very young. Might have been, he was like a teenager. And the two of them were standing there. And I just lost my father at that time. So when I seen that picture, and I know how much it meant to him for him to be when he was alone with his father. And then when his father passed, and he wasn't right exactly there at the moment he passed, and when he went and found him dead like that, I mean, he just felt so, it was really like Mary at the foot of the cross with her dead son, you know, and the intensity of immaculate feelings of immaculate abandonment like never before. It crushed him to no end. And when I seen that picture, that was like the highlight. Just seeing that picture that I'd never seen before, didn't even know it existed. And then from that moment then, I was then able to be even more appreciative of all the hard work and the planning and the love and the tremendous raising the funds to be able to put up that magnificent edifice, which it's extraordinary, so beautiful. I think he'd be happy.
So last question for you. John Paul II had a magnificent gift for speaking to young people, particularly young people discerning, young people trying to think, what's my life about? You know, in the Knights here, Knights of Columbus, we're always reaching out to young men, and we're saying, there's a call on your life. What are the words that still ring true from John Paul that you'd say to this generation? That would be to young men right now. What's the words they need to hear from this great saint?
It really depends on the person and where the person is. You know, it's that custom made. You know, it's that particular. The generic call, the generic vocation of every single human person on the planet without exception, as John Paul referred to it as the innate vocation of every single human person without exception, believer, non-believer, good person, bad person. There's the potential, because every single human person was created in the image and the likeness of God. The potential is there for love to grow and develop, because none of it would have happened without love. So what would he say to young people today? he would say something from who he is, as the man he was, as the great saint he became and is, and would transmit and communicate something to them about love and truth somehow, in some way. You say, well, gee, that's very non-specific. Correct. But that kind of wide open thing is sort of the meaning of when he says, he didn't just say, do not be afraid. He said, but do not be afraid to open wide the doors to Christ. And then he talked about the doors of culture and economics and every area and realm of human life. So he would say something like that somehow to every man, to every woman, to every young person, to every old person, to every person without exception.
Father Stan, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your testimony to the priesthood and to the great legacy of John Paul II, and we really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you again to Father Stan Fortuna for sharing his story with us. You can learn more about the St. John Paul II National Shrine at jp2shrine.org.